Welcome to Cycling Southern Ontario. So do you ever have one of those days where you make a plan and on paper it looks really good, and then when you put it into practice it doesn't quite go how you're expecting it to? Well, this for me was one of those days. And the crazy thing is, all I wanted to do was to go for a nice quiet ride on a country trail. I certainly wasn't expecting this. I'd found a trail up in Innisfil called the Thornton-Cookstown train trail, and it looked really nice, but the problem was it was only 16 kilometers and I kind of wanted to do a fair bit more than that on this occasion. So I decided before I got to the trail I'd do a loop in the countryside. I'd start at Cookstown Mall and then I can head east along Highway 89 towards the shores of Lake Simcoe, travel north up the shore and then come back westbound on Innisfil Beach Road. And as soon as I got onto Highway 89, there were these huge trucks going by, buffeting me with their draft and deafening me with their noise, but thankfully that only lasted for the first 5 kilometers or so. And then you come down a hill and you start heading towards Guildford Beach, and it's so quiet and so peaceful down there. And the ride remained pretty quiet and peaceful all the way up from there to Innisfil Beach Park. When you start riding along Innisfil Beach Road, when you're actually still in the town of Innisfil, the road itself is pretty decent. It's pretty good to ride on because there's actually a cycle lane. But then once you get outside of the town and you get into the countryside, the cycle lane disappears first off, then the shoulder disappears and the road deteriorates. The side of the road starts to crumble, and in other places there's roadworks, and you really start to get that claustrophobic feeling. And then it's not helped by every other driver seems to want to make sure that you can smell the air freshener in their car as they come past you with like a foot to spare. So I was feeling really uncomfortable riding along here. It wasn't my kind of riding. And what you can't tell from the video is there was a really strong headwind. So I was feeling uncomfortable, I was feeling claustrophobic, I was wanting to get it over and done with. It started to get a little bit hilly. I'm into a headwind, so I'm pushing it as hard as I can. And I've got to admit that at this point I'm thinking, is this trail that I'm heading towards worth all of this grief? And I wasn't sure at this point at all. You know, before I get to sound too negative, I probably should qualify what I'm saying here. Just a bit of background. I'm a 55-year-old man. I learned to ride a bike over half a century ago, but I'm only new to cycling. Until about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was an ultra distance runner, and I got injured and had to switch, and so I chose cycling. And I absolutely love it. But being a new cyclist, I'm not as confident as a lot of people would be, people with experience. And so riding along a busy road like Innisfil Beach Road, for me, was not quite so pleasurable. For other people, it's going to be a piece of cake, a walk in the park. But for me, there were sections of this ride that I liked a lot more than this last 14 kilometers. I've never been happier to get onto a side road in my life. Breaking feedback. I'm about 500 meters down. A lot of people walking on it, but already I just feel so much more relaxed. So that was interesting. It's just about 66 kilometers. There's some really nice parts, really scenic parts, really colourful parts, really quiet parts. But at the moment I'm trying to decide if all of those nasty parts kind of make it worthwhile. At this moment in time I'm saying no, but I don't know, I'll give it an hour or two and see how I feel. Well, in fact, it didn't take anything like an hour for all of those memories of the busy roads to fade, and for me just to be thinking about that trail and how quiet and how colourful it was. And I'd ride on that trail anytime, but next time I'll probably find some quieter roads to ride on first.